All right, welcome everybody to week 1 of the ReDefy Academy League. My name's Mystic Asian, and I'll be one of the casters, hopefully bringing some exciting gameplay here for you tonight. Whether it's your first time here or your 50th, we love having you join us. To give you a quick rundown, we have a total of 16 teams going at each other with one best of 3 every week. And tonight we have world-class esports versus the Fierce Force Alpha. So I'm here with my resident co-caster, Hun Turtle, and I'll let him take it away.
Thank you very much. This is going to be great. World-class esports on the left side, the blue. They are the defending title champions of last season for this league, and here they are again. Most of the roster is the same, and the only thing that we see changed, I think, is the mid laner. Alex is new, and then Chrismeister, who was the old mid laner, is now on ADC, looking to show that he can play multiple roles. That seems to be an ongoing trend lately in the public eye with like T1, Yasuo, whatever.
Yeah, we have some familiar faces, in different places this time around.
Hey, you got the rhymes, Mystic. I wish I could be as cool as you did. Yeah, but welcome back, everybody. We are excited, honestly, to see if, first off, if World Class Esports can defend their title. This is their first game, best of 3, so we'll see how they do. But also, we're glad that you guys are back. We hope that you enjoyed your time here last season, and we got a lot more content this season coming, especially with best of 3s every week. So be sure to just tune in, and we'll be doing a lot of giveaways as well, some charity streams here and there, and you could even win maybe a little bit of a fight against the staff sometime. We'll see if that happens. Maybe some of the Twitch viewers can go up against the staff sometime. We're open to ideas and suggestions as well. It is a community. You're here with us. So, hey, Cleo. Thanks for tuning in. And so on both sides, we do see a priority on the Caitlyn on blue. That is a very power pick right now. But then a lot of just jungle bans thrown out towards world-class esports, Kha'Zix, Graves, and Olaf. So we'll see what fish our friends is going to be able to pull out here in the jungle. I assume that he's being target banned. I don't know. What do you think, Mystic?
Yeah, I mean, seeing the picks come out here, Caitlyn is super strong right now. I feel like grabbing that first really just kind of puts the team in a really good power position here, especially with Zyra, who I think is going to go bot and support that. It can just be super, super big. Now, I mean, you do see the Morgana on the other side. A lot of, counterplay with the spell shield. So it'll be super important on how that gets used and if they can use, the dark binding. But, with the plants coming out, I think it's gonna be hard to kind of land those shots. So we'll see how that plays out. I think right now it's leaning into world class esports. I mean, that's just a super power bot lane here. We do see the Skarner pick coming out. So you can see a lot of good synergy coming out there. I mean, you can start maybe with the Kate Trap or the Zyra, roots. Then you have the Skarner ultimate. I mean, you just have a lot of engage, a lot of pick potential there. So, equally, I think you have the other side here with Fierce Force. They're looking here with Jin, Morg, and an Elise. You have each champion with a way to snare or stun a pick. So seeing them kind of match this, I think it's a little bit easier to follow up. You have Jin, who can always feed off of the teammates there as long as they hit like a spell or an auto or something. But you can kind of synergize, I think, maybe a little bit easier than you can on the side of world class esports. So yeah, I think right now it's going to be a pretty even game, it looks like, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yep, and right now a lot of mid lane bans. We have the Blanc ban and Lissandra. I do like the fact that Jin can W and root someone as long as they get damage on somebody through the little plants. So that's at least good. Maybe he could set up Morgana to then come in. She presses her R. She gets a little bit of movement speed now and can hopefully get a root herself. But yeah, Zyra has a lot of peel. Skarner, however, I think it's going to be difficult for him if Morgana is on point with the black shields and it doesn't even matter if like she black shields someone and then Skarner goes for somebody else. The fact that you're black shielding the AD carry, for example, the Jhin, keeping him safe. It doesn't matter if Skarner grabs a front line instead because that's all he can reach. So I really do like the Morgana pick, but they pick Skarner afterwards. So I think maybe it's going to be troll to pick Skarner into a Morgana. I think it kind of is. But if he plays it properly and waits out the Black Shield, I think it's going to be just fine. So it's going to be very tricky for the side of World Class Esports, at least for the jungle. But other than that, it's going to be okay, I think. Ooh, a Syndra lock-in versus the Rise.
Yeah, you do see the
Elo
burst
will
coming out.
rise on the mid lane. Funny
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, and the Ornn pick here, a nice big tank coming out. Could be a good front line for world class coming out there. A lot of engage coming out too. A lot of initiate.
Yeah, Dysphoria, thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay here. And let's see, world class Isragus. Talking about how neither team wants the Heck Room. Honestly, it's a very strong pick, and if the junglers don't play it, though, there's no real point in picking him, as he does have some tricky mechanics. Sometimes people don't know how to engage with him or when to engage, so both of them just going for comfort this game, it looks like,
Yeah,
and there it is. The
really some
Malphite.
even teams here. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the Fierce Force, they got this quick initiate, I feel like right after each other. And I feel like World Class has the same amount of initiate potential, but might just take a little bit longer, right? Because you have to wait for the Ornn knockup and everything to go through, but
Mm-hmm.
Malphite's just gonna go right in. Skarner, has his ultimate, but Elise, we'll just go in with a stun. I don't know. It's very even, honestly, looking at this. You have both of the same type of engages. I think it'll just be really dependent on how the teams play this out. So I'm excited to see what these teams are going to bring. Week one here, everyone wants to leave a good first impression. And come out here at the beginning, come out swinging. So I'm excited to see both of these teams bring it to the gameplay.
Absolutely, and honestly, I think towards the mid to late game, I think Elise is going to become more of a peel champion. I feel like Skarner's going to come in at Mach 10, and Elise is going to have to like land a good route. The good thing is Rise has point and click CC though,
This is
so
true.
at
This is
least
true.
they could easily chain it. Rise gets the root, Elise gets the cocoon, and bye bye Skarner. And
See,
like,
I'm telling you, like Fierce Force has this like quick initiate, right? Like where they don't have to like line things up or like wait for
mhm.
they can just do it. And I don't know. I think that might give them the little bit of an edge there, come their team fight. So we'll really have to see how that kind of goes through.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And Zyra's a good pick. Don't get me wrong, but I
Zyra's a
feel
great
like
pick, dude. I've been
she's
banning her, dude. I've been
no,
banning her
yeah,
on
she's
Twitch.
disgusting. I kid you not. I probably have never won a lane against a Zyra support in the bottom. Like I just always lose. So OP. But I think she's better as a disengaged champion, more so in 5v5 competitive. You're not seeing her flash in and like get a
True.
nice
True.
root and an
Not some
ult.
solo queue, yeah.
Yeah, but there's no one really to peel. So Malphite's just gonna get his ult off, and if he goes full tank, which he should, you're not really peeling him. Elise can front
Very
line or
AP.
go front to back. Yeah. So like I just feel like there's no one really for Zyra to peel, which I think makes that pick not as powerful as it could have been. There are definitely better supports that fit this composition a little bit better. Even though it is lacking in damage, Zyra helps with that. But like Skarner, Ornn, they don't really deal that much damage mid to late. But then you have the hyper carry Caitlyn and Syndra, and then Zyra actually does a ton of work in team fights. So that's also good. It's I don't know. The jungle matchup, I'm not sure. I haven't seen Skarner in so long. I'm not sure how that matchup works. I imagine he clears decently quick, but his ganks aren't on point until level 6, obviously,
Yeah.
unless he hits that E, which is kind of hard to hit. But at least if they play good, they can definitely out jungle or have more pressure on the map early game and build up a lead. Both teams scale, so it's gonna come down to I guess who has the better early game. hopefully, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, who we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I think, both these teams can come out and they'll start playing. I don't know if they'll just start feeling each other out, or they'll just go super aggro. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they go super aggro, get some exciting plays early. They don't really have, I don't know, maybe go Morgana invade, you're on Fierce Force, maybe try and invade pick. That'd be kind of cool. But uh
you could.
who knows? Who knows? I'm excited to see it here. We're about to load in here to the game. The spectator delay has gone through. Again, here, if you're just joining us, this is World Class Esports versus the Fierce Force Alpha. This is game number 1. It is a best of 3, so we'll see here what team can take it out tonight. And yeah, here we'll get into loading.
Yep, this is the start of the season. There's an $800 prize pool that these teams are fighting for. Don't forget that. Keep that in mind. That's what these teams are thinking about. Money, money, money. They want to win, but also they want to show that they're the champions. They'll go in the Hall of Fame and just be forever known. So World Class Esports have already gone down in the Hall of Fame, the first winners of the ReDefy seasons. And so all in all, we have a lot of newer teams to the league, which is nice. World Class Esports is going to have to adapt to different play styles. And the Fierce Force Alpha showing up the first game ever. We'll see how they do against the reigning champions, the defending champions of last season. Here we are, though, in game number 1. We'll see what teams decide to pick up. And if there's going to be an invade. I hope there is. I think the Fierce Force Alpha could actually invade and get some good leads on the Skarner, because I feel like they really need to do that if they're going to be a pick composition, which they are. They have the Morgana Bind, they have the Elise Cocoon, they have Malphite with the ultimate, and the Gen W from like 200 years, except that's not the right.
Oh man, and we do have a pause here early on. Early, I'm not sure what this is for, but
at least
we'll
forgot
have to see
items.
here what's gonna happen.
Hopefully,
at least we do see some items. Pretty normal start there. I mean, Jin going the shield because Caitlyn's gonna be poking. I think that's pretty important, like pretty usual, pretty standard.
No, Mystic. I mean, they forgot to buy items. Elise has no items, and she left base.
Oh, what is going on?
Oh no!
I don't know what's happening.
I think they just forgot.
Did they? I mean, there's no way. I mean,
unless
no
she's just
way.
gonna ward
Unless,
and go
really?
back anyway.
But it has to get jungle items. I mean, no way does this happen.
30 seconds until minions spawn. If she doesn't go soon, she's not even gonna be able to make it back in time. Also, Damien, thanks for the follow. If I've missed your follow, I apologize. I'm trying to get everyone who joins. And yeah, it looks like Elise is just gonna go without items. She's not even gonna hit level 2 off of the buff, if that's what she does. Oh, I think she just realized. Nope. She canceled the recall. That's gonna be unfortunate. Well, not a great way to show off your skills in the first match of the season, but they could probably recover.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like the jungle items, though, you want to have the jungle items for your clear because it helps you so much. I don't know. I could be mistaken. I don't play jungle. I'm a lowly ADC main, so yeah, I'm not really sure, but I feel like that really puts Elise behind. So unless there's some early action and they get a flash, she's gonna be able to keep up.
No, it not only does it give you faster clear, it gives you more sustain, it gives you more mana, and it also gives you more experience for the camps. If you don't have that, she just killed the buff, having to blow her smite. She knows what's up now. She's like, oh yeah, crap, I gotta go back because I don't have an item. But she's not even gonna hit level 2 off of that. So she has her red buff, but she's not even level 2. Her clear is going to be so much slower compared to Skarner.
Oh man,
Skarner's
we do have some action
already.
though, mid lane there. The Cinder showing some lane dominance early on against that Rise, getting the stun, definitely getting the damage there. We do see the Morgana Q going out early here. Some pretty normal trade damage going down. So yeah, we're looking for Kate to just farm up here, play the range lead, and we'll have to see if some aggressive plays go. We do see the Ornn trading here with the Malphite.
Yeah,
both of them are getting pretty low there, but they each have some pretty tankiness to them with the shields and everything coming out. We'll have to see You know, who's gonna play up here first? We do see the Jin getting the snare there, almost trying to get out the shots on him. We do have the knock up top onto the Malphite from the Ornn, getting some more autos off, getting the knock up, but Malphite's just gonna play it safe, try and get this cannon, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. I like seeing these plays come out, these trades. They're not afraid to fight, you know, feel it out, see how it's gonna go. And then I think we're going to start seeing some early kills here.
Yep. And if you are Ornn in that situation, you want to try and push Malphite, like go for the kill, because if you kill him with that giant wave stacking, you will definitely force a TP, and Malphite will lose a lot of golden experience. He did just kind of back off and got a free base, also a good start. But in that matchup, if you're going to be winning that hard, just go for the kills, pressure as hard as you can. And track the jungler especially to know when you can do that and when you can't. Nice finding.
Yeah, trades going out pretty even there. But yeah, good to see that, you know, later on when these go down, items are built. We might see some crazy engagement.
Yes, we will. Looks like Ornn's going to contest a little bit in the river. Going to get
the knockup, but I don't think anything more is going to happen than that. They're just kind of going for that scuttle there.
Yeah, he knows his team isn't there.
Yep.
Honestly, this is not looking good. If Ornn pressures this Malphite, he could hold a freeze and absolutely destroy.
Gonna be able to get him. The gank goes down bot lane here. We do have Ornn though soloing this Malphite. We do see here the exhaust going down onto the Skarner here. The ignite goes down onto the Jin. The Jin will fall to the Skarner there, along with the top lane engagement going over to the Ornn. Malphite will fall down. That is a 2 for 0 for the side of World Class Esports. And they are bringing it to play here. That was very convincing there down bot lane here. We have a replay here. Skarner getting the play here, and then Ornn getting, almost simultaneously getting that top lane kill. You know, pressure on both sides of the map here. We do see here the Malphite TPing back in to get to lane, but that was some very clean plays coming out on opposite ends of the map from World Class Esports.
Yeah, and I don't know about that TP by Malphite. Like, you don't win that, especially, like, you're losing lane already. Then you buy a mana crystal. You definitely don't want to TP onto a giant wave and then try and fight the Ornn that you just lost to. He's already like 0 HP. He might even get powered up. Here comes the Ornn. He's gonna miss it though.
Ooh, does not quite get the knockup. That will, you know, result in not, you know, Ornn having to back off there. I think if he got it, he would have gone in. It would have been close though under tower. You know, tower does hurt. He is kind of low, but it'd be interesting to see. We do see here the ward spotting him out. Oh, he does get back in time. You know, we did see the Elise setting up the gank there top, looking for that pick here. But you know, we'll get out in the nick of time, it looks like, and we'll be able to come back to lane big and healthy.
Yeah. And it looks like she's going to try and gank middle here. She's going to... Ooh, Rise with the flash.
Yeah, it does get the CC here. We have the great chain CCs coming down here. The flash having to be burnt on Syndra there to be able to get out with her life. But, you know, great chain CC. We're expecting to see that again. You know, like we were saying early on, you do see here the easy initiate, right? The point and click CC, easy to line up the skill shot for the Elise to get in there. You know, and be able to hit her stun. So I'm expecting to see more of that, especially now that they know that Flash is down and they won't be able to escape.
Yep, absolutely. I do think that Elise having such a bad start is costing the top lane matchup even more. Ornn is naturally just going to push into the Malphite, especially if he's not going to go Cinderhulk or anything to anti-push on the Malphite. And that means because Elise didn't get a good start, she can't help that lane that's getting pushed in constantly. Like, Ornn almost towered over the Malphite. If he had hit his ultimate, the Brittle procs probably would have killed him just fine. But as you can see, Ornn is just constantly pushing. Malphite is not going to be able to do anything against that. And Elise being so far behind, even if she does gank at this point, I think she just dies. The Ornn is huge right now.
Pretty huge. Definitely have the ultimate super early. You know, you definitely have some early leads here that have just really put World Class in such a good spot. You know, few failed games. We do see here the Cinder trying to go all in and will 1v1 cleanly on that Rise play here, but Elise will get the Dragon. We'll pick up the opposite kind of the objectives here, pressuring here the bot lane. You see the Kate flashing out, but the snare goes down onto the Zyra here. The flash on the Elise. Does pick up the kill onto the Zyra here. We do see the aggressive plays picking up the Dragon as well, in turn for one of the kills, but that kind of goes over to the Fierce Force, kind of not out of this, being able to group together, get the picks they need, eyes on the objective, which I like to see here, making sure they can get the first Dragon's game. It is win big, so not too crazy. We do have Jin, though, ulting the Caitlyn. Will be able to pick up that big kill there. She is by herself and will be able to get the kill of his own there. Coming out there strong. He does now have a bounty of his own. Wow, kills going down each season is 3-3. We do see here, speaking of action, we do see here the Ornn ulti going up, and he doesn't miss this time, getting the knockup onto the Malphite, and will be able to pick up the kill here. Meanwhile, Elise is just walking into the tri-push, unknowing that the Skarner is going to be there here. The Ornn going to dash in, trying to get, just into range here, but the Elise is going to be able to take the blast gun out, definitely realizing the threat potential coming down from the top lane side there. This is crazy for the last few minutes. It has just been nonstop action here, definitely showing here that they're getting strong enough here on each side to be able to fight. And speaking of fighting, again, they are going to be able to go in. Jin just being able to get blown up, like we said, the Zyra pick, man. It is insane right now. Just being able to get the plants down, the damage from just her spells is just enough, and the follow from Kate. Man, Turtle, it is just crazy.
It is. The bottom lane matchup is just disgusting. Like, Caitlyn has good poke. Zyra has good poke. What are you supposed to do with that? Like, just play so safe. And Morgana wasn't there, so he shouldn't have even been walking up for the CS.
Yeah,
so
completely agree.
A little bit of a misplay, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. They will lose that kill, and the bounty goes over to
man,
Zyra.
we do see here the fights here going down. The Zyra ultimate goes up, the Elise goes up into the air, into suspense. Morgana will be able to pick up the kill onto the Caitlyn here, trying to get out. The Zyra is running for her life. Jin ulti is going off, but I think she's going to be able to get out there, safe there. But they do pick up a kill onto the Caitlyn. Right now, it is not what you want to see. Jin getting, some kills there bot lane, basically getting a pretty big lead, just not able to make the here. You definitely want to be able to see Kate get in the game and get her online, because she's such a big influence, in how these.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the fact that Jin has some kills is a very good start for the side of the Fierce Force Alpha. I think that's
yes, yeah, you
okay. So yeah, that's a very good start for them. Elise also has some kills, and if you look at the itemization, I think he's going to be out.
We do see here though the Malphite knockup ulti going out onto the Orange, slows down, has to flash out in order to dodge the Elise stun. Is actually going to be able to get out. Wow, because of the flash there, is not going to be able to get picked off there. The Ornn making it out alive, but they are just going to push into the tower there. It looks like, I don't know. I don't think they're going to go for a dive, because they just burned everything on him trying to get him.
Yeah. So honestly, they got a flash from their top laner. That's really good for a return gank. Ornn's constantly going to be pushing in, so that makes him a little more vulnerable. If you also look at his
oh my gosh, we do have a gank going down here. Skarner just going mad in there. Does a flash ulti in onto the Jin. The Kate damage is trying to go down. Ulti getting Jin ultimately there. And the knockup from the Zyra ult will go down. We have the Ornn ultimate going out, getting the knockup here. Rise is down there trying to pick anything off, but it is just too late. And we have the members of World Class, just narrowing down onto the Rise. Oh my gosh, being able to just close down and instantly secure those kills. It is a 4 for nothing. 4 for nothing for World Class. Yeah. And we do see here the pause going out. I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe there might have been an AFK or something like that.
It looks like potentially there was Morgana? A DC. Not yes, Morgana just reconnected or was reconnecting. So yeah, very unfortunate that she DC'd in a fight that happened in the bottom lane. Both TPs were burned from the top laners. Ryze ulted in, but it just wasn't enough. I don't know if the disconnect could have saved them there, but yeah, Morgana disconnected in the middle of that fight. It looks like we are gonna get back into the game though.
Get back into it.
But yeah, 4-0. Woo! The Fierce Force Alpha, unfortunately, they didn't start with jungle items, then they had a DC. Hopefully, since this is a best of 3, it gives these teams a little bit more leeway for mistakes like this to happen. It's also the first game of the season for both these teams, so things that like this are not expected to happen, but it's understandable with teams coming in, new rosters, just the unexpected will happen. But I like the fact that both mid laners are CSing so well. Ornn went Abyssal Mask first, so he's setting his Syndra up and Zyra up for success. Same thing with Malphite, he's not quite there yet as he is down 30 CS, losing his lane so hard. But Jhin is the one that's fed. So Ornn is actually going to be relatively squishy for the Jhin. I do like the fact that 4 members are AP, so the Abyssal Mask is great. But for the side of the Fierce Force Alpha, it is definitely good that Jhin has been getting the kills. The CS is suffering a little, but those kills are definitely going to help him shred through the tanks, as Skarner doesn't even have resistances yet. So I think these earlier team fights should go their way, assuming that Morgana doesn't disconnect again.
Ornn does get the knockout, putting down some damage there onto the Malphite. Really just is really tanking himself. Put down the damage as well. We do see here the Syndra ultimate going out onto the Ryze. Has to flash out to get away, and Ryze will pick up the kill, barely living himself, but is able to pick off the Syndra 1v1 there. Man, if Cinder had hit the Q there, it might have been a different story, but Ryze will end up picking the kill up. We do see here, again, coming up top, it is a 2v1 onto the Orange. Elise coming in there, getting some damage down. Malphite has to back off, though, because he is getting dangerously low. Skarner is here to help, but I don't know if it's just going to be too late. Oh my gosh, does get the Elise down. Ornn will pick up the kill, and it's just going to be a 2v1. What a turn for World Class Outlaws to be able to turn that around and keep the Ornn alive throughout all of that, being able to put down the CC, being able to put down the damage, and just really use their CC super well to be able to make sure that that Ornn stays alive. Wow, 5-0 and has some bounty gold. The Fierce Force is really just gonna have to look to shut him down. Otherwise, Ornn is gonna be a problem.
Absolutely. 5-0 in the top lane. He's almost at the point where he has Ninja Tabi as well. I think that's what he's building. I don't know. No, he's probably just going for Sunfire. Either way, this guy is disgusting in the top lane. Both of them were wailing on him for like 20 seconds, and the guy just lives through everything. Malphite is 0-4. He's not even going to have an Abyssal Mask yet, so it's not looking good for the Fierce Force Alpha. Their only hope is the Jhin and the Ryze who see us in well. Honestly though, the Elise not looking too hot. There is hope for the Fierce Force Alpha on the red side because they are a pick composition. If they play the vision correctly around objectives, get there first, then they could potentially just ignore the Ornn and make it a 4v5 in their favor by getting a pick. So their composition still has strengths, considering the fact that the only one that's really fed is the Ornn. But they don't really care about the Ornn. They're just going to go for picks anyway on the backline. So we'll see if they're able to utilize their kits properly. But again, this Malphite just getting destroyed. And he's only trading, I think, because he's trying to get more grass stacks, which will make him a little more beefy. But like losing lane this hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say at what price? We do see here the Ornn going for the dive here, gets the knockup from the ultimate, taking massive amounts of damage from the turret, has to dash out, bringing him down there. But we do see here the Ryze coming there, getting ulted from the Cinder here. Skarner's there to make sure the kill does go down. Elise is trying to come in to put the backup, but it's just a little bit too late. And is not going to be able to save the Ryze from that death. So we do see here maybe a little bit of a misplay up top with the Ornn trying to dive, maybe get aggro, but I don't know. That is the play, making sure you can keep the Malphite pressured. Definitely after having such a big lead, making sure that stays down. So we do see here the knockup going down. And it does, I don't know, switch down the bot lane there. Unfortunate timing, but we do see here the Kate picking up the kill. We do have Ornn getting barely has to flash to get the kill here. TP's going down top lane. Elise is just going to leave him for the Rise to pick up the kill. Rise has to get big, just like you said, is going to be farming up. You know, definitely getting strong. You know, and is definitely going to be, I think, crucial for setting up some plays. He has the point and click CC. You know, definitely easy setups for his team. So, man, some crazy plays on both sides of the map there. You know, we did see, you know, for briefly, we did see here the bot lane skirmish. Caitlyn definitely picked up a kill of her own, is able to get that gold there, has the Infinity Edge. And, yeah, we do see here Jin picking up the Essence Reaper. So, you know, very similar pass, going for that crit, going for the little bit of the resource there for Jin, but you know, with the cooldown. But yeah, crazy. Yeah. I mean, it is just world class is just making it out of these fights. I mean, this Ornn is just too big, you know, and the Fierce Force has to be able to shut him down.
Yep, nice little sidestep by the Rise. And Syndra's just going to try and poke him down. Oh, he's going to get some poke on his own. And yeah, so both teams just going to back out. Oh no, looks like Skarner's going to go win him. He ults the Rise into his team. The Horn comes in. The chain CC is down, and Caitlyn picks up the kill. Morgana is going to follow. Nothing that they can do to get out of that one. And Dragon's going to go over to world-class Esports as well. Crazy team fight right there.
Yeah, third Drake going down. It is going to be a Ocean Drake. Looks like that's going to be the one for the rest of the game. Yeah, going over to world-class Outlaws, definitely getting the picks that they need, and then smoothly transitioning over to the objectives. So some pretty good gameplay coming out from world-class Esports.
Yep. And, you know, I thought Rise was going to build a flash root miss, but the tower dive comes in anyway.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the tower dive. The Zyra ult going out, not getting anybody there. Zones them off at the tower, though. We do have Skarner trying to run away, but does go back in for the counter with Syndra there. Is able to get the kill over to the Caitlyn, onto the Elise. And Jin and Morg are just going to have to kind of sit under tower, but I don't know if that's safe with all members here down low. Oh my gosh, the ultimate comes out, Syndra blowing up the Jin. Now it is a 2v1 onto the Skarner there. Skarner flashes to get away. We do have the flash onto the Rise to get out. We do have the zone or stopwatch, I think, going down. But man, it is just not enough here. World Class Outlaws is just there with the rest of the team with Rift to just keep this barrage up and going. I mean, these are brutal fights here. Going down for each team. Rift barely surviving, but does get the big damage onto the turret. Will they be able to walk it into the in-hit turret? Yeah, I think it will, yes. And before it goes down, Will definitely get a hit off there. This is huge for World Class Esports coming out strong.
Yeah, 21-7. They're up 10,000 gold. A Dragon. And everything is looking in their favor. Both their mid and ADC have bounties. They're doing phenomenally for their team right now. Grizz Meister showing up as ADC as well. Doesn't matter what role you put this guy on, he's gonna pop off. But something I want to point out is I saw a blasting wand and an amplifying tome in the inventory of Rise. And I was like, okay, cool, he's gonna go for an early void staff. So he actually deals damage to the tanks. No, he went for Arila's Crystal Scepter instead. So both Rise and Jin went for more utility-styled builds with Essence Reaver and the Rod of... what is that? No, Rila's Crystal Scepter. It looks like they might get a pick onto the Zyra, though. Nice root coming in. Ooh, double stun from the Syndra.
Yeah, double stun. It's just going to be a lot of damage. Picking up on no champions. Wow, but the counterplay is going to come through. The Zyra ult and the root is going to be able to get two of them. And man, the follow-up from the team is just immense.
Oh no,
I mean, just not even caring about the turret and just, you know, going in there, no fear, knows confident that his team will be able to follow up, especially with the Caitlyn range, you know, just safely being able to put down constant damage from the backline. And wow, I mean, that is an ace going over for World Class Esports.
Kings onto the Baron. Looks like they're going to try and close out the game here. They can certainly get bottom and hopefully mid or top down with this Baron, as the bottom inhibitor is already exposed. But yeah, with both of the carries on the Fierce Force Alpha going for utility style builds, it means that neither of them are going to be online until several items in the future. You don't have IE on Jin yet. You don't have a Void Staff on Rise when 4 of your members are AP. Like, yeah, Abyssal Mask is going to help in the mouth fight, but I really feel like Rise could be destroying the front line right now if he had built a Void Staff early, but he's not doing anything but tickling the tanks. Hasn't even gotten a return kill. Hasn't gotten a kill in like 4 or 5 deaths. He's 2 and 6 now, so that is unfortunate. I think he was just trying to slow down the Skarner's engage, but with the Oran Horn coming in, there's not much you can do to get away from the Skarner if you're not up. But they are CSing decently well still on both sides. And yeah, I think hopefully World Class Esports is going to be able to close this out quickly, as you don't want the Rise to scale, regardless of how far ahead you are. Rise can still do a lot of work. So we'll see if they're able to keep them safe.
Yeah, we'll see. But if you're the Fierce Force, I mean, you're looking to get all of these shutdown goals. I mean, you have the bounties here. You have a lot of targets to go after to get your team back into the game. You know, it is not out of it yet. Yeah, we do see the Baron going over here. You know, definitely getting some pressure. We have the Syndra putting down some damage, being able to get that last pick onto the Malphite here. We have the flash on the Orin, being able to pick up the kill on the Rise on his own. And these picks are just going down here very, very quickly. You know, being able to just kind of solo and 1v1, but still having the pressure, you know, with the rest of the team. You know, wow, with Baron, it is just a lot of pressure everywhere. You know, Fierce Force has to get shutdowns here, has to be able to maybe try and get things of their own, but it's just hard to do so against that team. You know, but that's the way that they're going to have to do it.
Oh, for some reason the circle went away and Elise didn't come back down, so I didn't know what happened. She was alive though.
Oh man, Jin blocks the ultimate from Caitlyn there. Will ult himself to be able to just put down a little bit more resistance, just really going for the slowing things down here. But man, world class esports is super strong, and it's just being able to siege super well. I mean, you have the Caitlyn. She by herself can just siege very well. You know, the rest of the team there is just going to go in. We do see here the Skarner picking up the kill onto the Rise. Pad the stats kills here at the end of the game. It looks like World Class Esports is going to win the first game of the night here. You know, keep in mind it is a best of 3, so we have some more games coming at you here, but we do have the first game going over to World Class Esports. Give it up for your first winner.
Absolutely. The defending champions coming into the next season with the fire that they had all last season. They had an incredible score last season. Now they're already 1-0 in a best of 3 in their first set of matches. So great gameplay coming out. Hopefully the Fierce Force Alpha will buy jungle items this time, and that will set them up to have a little bit more of an even game. It's a silly mistake, but it happens more often than you might think. But equally so, we have hopefully 2 more games. The Fierce Force Alpha could come back, but at least 1 more game coming at you. We're going to take a short break while the teams regroup, think about their next compositions, their strategy, and get through that champ select, and we'll be right back with you. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, everybody, welcome back here. We are about to get game number 2 underway. If you are just joining us here, we are here. It is World Class Esports versus the Fierce Force Alpha. And we are looking to see if the Fierce Force can bring it back here in game number 2. And, I don't know, maybe get the 2 straight wins to victory to bring it back. So we'll have to see here what's going to come out here getting underway. We do see the Yumi ban again. We this time see the Skarner ban from last game. So we'll have to see what each team goes. Definitely some pretty meta picks coming out last game. But as we get underway here, some pretty similar picks. Curious to see what we're going to get into and what the first prio pick.
True. They banned out the Skarner. They don't want Fish Our Friends on the Skarner this game. They just thought it was a nuisance, probably. And then we see another Lissandra ban and an Olaf. So about the same bans coming out from the Fierce Force Alpha. But this time they're going to opt into a Mordekaiser first pick. Pretty good all
Big
around.
Mord,
It does
man.
have a lot of counter picks, though. So curious to see. Fresh Burger has shown his hand that he can play a lot of different champions. So theoretically, picking a Mordekaiser first could be risky. There it is. The Gangplank, very good into Mordekaiser, very safe. Yeah, so top lane is probably just going to be a farm matchup with some probably a little sprinkle of jungle interference in there.
Oh man,
But
and there's
overall,
Lilia coming out here.
I like it.
Definitely from my own experience, Lilia can be super, super strong, super fast, super hard to hit, and definitely she gets ahead with the sleeps and everything. Can be crucial to these team fights. So my eyes right now are on World Class, looking to see that Lilia play. I definitely enjoy seeing it. I don't really know too much about Lilia, so definitely just being able to watch gameplay is always good. So we do see the Aurelion Soul coming out from the Fierce Force, looking to get this dragon super, super big. Graves coming out there, tanky jungle, but can also do the damage. Definitely complementing everything here. With the Graves ultimate and the Aurelion Soul ultimate, you have a lot of burst potential. With
Mm-hmm.
Lilia and Lucian being pretty squishy, that could be a huge turning point, in the game. We do see Ziggs coming out. Is this a Ziggs bot lane? I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna trade. Are they? No, because like they already chose, right? So I don't know. Could be a Lucian mid, Ziggs bot. We'll see what's gonna happen here. But
We
Kate
shall
Morg
see.
is a huge pickup
Yeah.
for Fierce Force. I mean, you have the traps into the queue or vice versa. Just really, really big potential setups for some damage that you can't do anything about. So yeah, my eyes right now for bot lane at least is on Fierce Force. They have a lot of potential, kill potential, just coming right into lane. You're looking at Ziggs Pantheon down bot. And yeah, I think you also have the same kind of burst. You have the Pantheon stun, but the Morgana Black Shield just, hopefully comes in time. And just kind of negates that out. And then Ziggs just has to be able to hit the explosions bomb, but Caitlyn has the range. So I don't know. I'm excited here to see a couple things. I'm looking at Lilia for World Class Esports, and then I'm looking at bot lane there for Fierce Force. I know that Fierce Force is looking to come back into this game too, very, very strong. Being able to shake game one off and be able to say, hey, we're not out, we're still in this, and we're gonna be able to bring it back. So we'll see here as the spectator lane goes underway, but I'm interested to see what Fierce Force can bring out.
Yeah, it looks like the Fierce Force didn't get enough dragons last game, so they picked a dragon for their mid laner. But honestly, I hope Graves went phase rush to keep up with Lilia in the fights. I feel like if he does in the earlier game, he can just kind of one shot her. Uh, Honestly, if he keeps up with her, like she doesn't get tanky till probably 3 items in, even as jungle. So it's going to be interesting to see how Graves ends up playing that matchup. And the smoke bombs are going to come in clutch. I think like that's the one thing Gangplank can't orange is like an AoE on the ground that makes him blind. If he's even there for most of the fights, he may just ult. But honestly, I'm looking forward to the Lilia. They have some very good long range engage. Lilia has a global E, uh, and if she presses R after hitting an E, Pantheon just flies in with his ult. Like they have some, and then Ziggs bombs on top of it. They have a lot of ways to engage from far off with the Gangplank ultimate as well. Forgot to mention that, but honestly, I'm not sure how, but Caitlyn Morgana got through second round after second round of bans. So that's curious to me. Lucian is a very good ADC, so World Class Esports opted in for that instead of the Caitlyn, which is just fine. And then they needed more AP, so Ziggs ADC. It makes sense, but Caitlyn is just so strong right now. I'm surprised she didn't get first rounded. And then on top of that, they get the Morgana again. So interesting that World Class Esports is just going to let that go. We'll see if it's going to be impactful or not. But as an ADC yourself, Mystic, what do you think about Ziggs ADC, like the matchups? How do you think it's going to go? Walk me through it,
Um,
because it's definitely not your everyday bottom lane matchup.
True, right? When I'm going into this lane, like if I'm Caitlyn right now and I'm thinking how Ziggs is gonna go down, right? Ziggs has to be able to get I feel like it's either he has to get his minefield off or um some type of displacement, right? So he's really looking for Pantheon to get it done into, like the mines, into the bomb, into the knockout, the little satchel,
Mm-hmm.
right? So don't I don't know with the Pantheon engage, but if I'm Caitlyn, I'm counting on my Morgana to be able to look for, the positioning to be right. So that way, when Pantheon's going to go in and she can just black shield and then kind of counters all of that. So, I don't know. I'm not if I were Caitlyn, I'm not too worried about this matchup. I think I can hit the Ziggs from range. I know Ziggs has like the bomb bounce he has himself, but Caitlyn is super strong right now and, just has the fight potential. So I think if Ziggs is gonna be looking to win this, he's just basically gotta be able to hit all of his bombs that he throws out. Definitely has to be able to poke him down and then, hope for the all in, with the burst potential ultimate. So
That's true.
yeah, that's what you're looking for. That's what I think you're really looking for. But like I said, my if I were to give it to at least one lane here, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
Fierce Force with the Kate Morg. It's just super super strong. If they get one CC off, too much damage is gonna come down.
That's true. And I do like, however, the fact that Cruz Meister is on Ziggs against Morgana. It's kind of a neat trick, I guess, or a neat way to kind of counter the Morgana in lane. At level 1 Black Shield, it doesn't actually have that much health as the shield, right? Which means a Q, maybe a Q auto with empowered auto from Cruz Meister here on the Ziggs could get rid of the Black Shield entirely. And then Pantheon has the point and click stun into the knockback into like making him closer to the team, whoever they decide to go for.
Speaking of the point and click stun, looks like we
Yep.
might get an invade with it here. And we do see the Caitlyn just getting caught out in the bush, has to flash to get away. The ignite goes down here onto the Kate. She is just barely trying to get out. The heal goes down to get the speed buff out of there. And it is just not going to be enough, though, to be able to get a pick here. World Class Outlaws does have the burn. Caitlyn doesn't have heal. Caitlyn doesn't have flash. But isn't able to get a pick there. But they are gonna probably look down at that bot lane and realize, hey, without those songs, you can probably pull off a spicy play. So I'm interested to see what happens. We are only a minute into this game and already, we have some action here. So definitely looking to see what more is gonna happen during this early game. And if we're going to have some fights break out here, minions are at lane here. We do see the Aurelion Soul getting some nice poke early damage down onto the Lucian. But Lucian, returning the damage.
Yeah, and I kind of like the Aurelion Soul as a pick here, because Lilia wants to just kind of kite around, but so does Aurelion Soul. So like you have these two champions that are just going to be walking around team fights, not really stopping to do much. Ooh, that was a good binding. A little bit of a trade.
Bindings last so long. I mean, definitely good trade there.
Yeah, so I think Lily accidentally reset her buff. She
Oh my
still
gosh,
does
so
not
much
have a
damage
camp.
going down mid lane here. The exhaust has to go down onto the Lucian, but Aurelion has to back off. Getting almost like one double shot away from death there.
Yes, indeed. And top lane is also getting smacked around, but for the side of the Fierce Force Alpha this time. Ooh, nice double bomb there. Double watermelon into the smash. She's actually going to go for the kill. This might be first blood coming in. Is it enough?
Ooh,
It is going to be over.
Flash being burnt. And then we also get a follow-up kill onto the Aurelion Soul with the Lucian mid lane. 2-for-0 going over to World Class Esports. You know, definitely coming in. We have a replay here of this kill here. The Flash going out, but is able to pick up the kill there onto the Mordekaiser. And then also we had the follow-up kill with Lucian being able to just 1v1 that Aurelion Soul after some you know, summoner spells being burnt. So that is
Very nice.
replay coming back here. It does look like the stream might be a little bit paused here. Not quite sure what's going on. Oh, we are back into the action here.
There we go. Oh, nice binding coming in into the combo.
Yeah, almost into the full damage.
Gotta love it. You gotta love it. The combo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Kate.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the Kate and the Morgana, just the so much like so much utility to make someone stand directly in one spot for you to lay down all the damage you want for free. And you know, we are seeing that come out here pretty strong. But world class esports is you know, saying, hey, you know, we don't really care about that, and we're just gonna go for it because it is on top. Meanwhile, down bot, we do have the kills going here. It is going to be Ziggs picking up the kill onto the Caitlyn here. The stun coming down from the Pantheon, but also Pantheon going into that invulnerability state. You know, really soaking up the damage there while putting damage down of his own. You know, Ziggs is being able to easy follow up and just pop the gate. And yeah, we do see here for bot lane the first kill going over to the Ziggs.
Yep, it looks like the Fierce Force Alpha is going to be having their jungler assist in pushing the lane. They are trying to get Prio, I imagine, for some kind of objective. But here comes Lilia. Nope, nothing's going to happen. Both are just going to back out. But something that was cool, I really think that it's very difficult, first off, to predict a flash stun by Pantheon, which, as you see, his flash is down. That's how they were able to burst down the Caitlyn before the Black Shield could come in. So smart play by them, knowing that the Black Shield is just such a good counter, and it's honestly pretty predictable if a Pantheon's running at you with just Black Shield preemptively.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Here, a little bit of engagement. Going on to the Graves.
Oh!
We have the follow-up from the Lucian. Being able to double shot. The Ignite does go down onto the Graves. Ticking. Will not actually be able to pick up the kill. The health regen is just too much there for that Ignite. We do see backs going out, and it looks like each team will disengage here. But Graves getting dangerously low. We see the damage from the Lilia, and great follow-up over the wall from the Lucian, popping in, you know, for the damage. If he, you know, just a little bit stronger, they come away with that kill. But meanwhile, we do see here just top lane kind of bruising each other out. But you know, that's a good look for World Class Outlaws looking to get that pick. You know, I think just a little bit they might have that next one.
Absolutely. The mid jungle synergy from World Class Esports is very strong. It was last season with Chris Meister in the mid lane, but it looks like it doesn't matter who they have.
And so much damage coming from the Lucian. Just full ultimate. Oh, but the turret damage, it might be too much. He is going to get out with just a sliver of health. Barely, you know, kind of misjudging the play there. I think he was thinking that he was going to get the kill with the double shot, but just leaves Aurelion Soul at one, you know, basically one hit there. Oh my gosh, that was so close on each side. You know, after that play, Aurelion Soul, you know, to the turret, almost got that hit.
Yeah, that was very scary. At first, I thought Aurelion Soul was going down, then Lucian, and okay, good Black Shield.
Yeah, good
Black Shield, I mean.
Black Shield. That is what we're looking for here. The Graves going up top lane to answer the ganks here is gonna get some massive damage onto the yeah, just the autos are just chunking him, man. That is huge.
Yeah, and I
going
like
over to Gangplank, and he will end up going down. That is a kill going over to the Fierce Force Alpha, and they are picking this up, maybe able to get back in.
Yeah, I really like that they're giving Graves the kill, considering that 3 of their champions are AP. Getting that Graves fed is very key. Look at the damage. Like, if he gets any more fed, he's going to have his jungle item very quickly.
Yeah,
And he's just going to one-shot someone.
yeah,
Everyone.
I mean, they're squishy.
Yeah, exactly.
All twitchy. And
they
so,
have no front line.
Look at this. They're just barraging here. Graves is just trying to go on this Lilia. Gets the burst damage with his Q, instantly proccing it with the wall there. And Lilia has to back off. I mean, I think Graves has to back off there. Had the help from his top lane. But, you know, I think, yeah, Lilia just recognizes the threat there and has to back off.
Bottom lane looking like a juicy target to tower dive. Honestly, I think Pantheon.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Pantheon is just going in. The heal goes down onto the Caitlyn. Caitlyn, though, going down because Pantheon jumped at the last second. Is able to pick that up. More picking up the kill, though, onto the Pantheon. Ziggs is just there to follow up, putting down some good damage down. You know, and man, if you're the Fierce Force Alpha, this is a tough lane.
It is. I think world-class esports could have played that a little bit better. They could have engaged sooner when they had more minions, and they could have probably gotten away without dying, but equally so. Ziggs picked up the kill while Morgana, the support, got the kill on the Fierce Force Alpha, so it's kind of a win on their side, but it could have been a little bit cleaner with Pantheon's E just being super OP. I do want to take a minute to the viewers. We are going to be doing, first off, a current poll right now on the chat. It's a perfect time. There's a pause. Yeah. So who do you think is going to win game 2? Go ahead and vote. We'll give a shout out to what you guys are thinking. And then also, we are doing an RP giveaway once there are enough RD chips cashed in, which are completely free to get. You just watch the stream and you get them at the bottom there. You just click on it and you can help push towards the giveaway. Maybe you'll get lucky. So keep that in mind. And it looks like there's some games going on. I'll pass it over to you, Mystic.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we are going to get some damage down here. Pantheon coming in here to secure the kill onto the Graves here. Aurelion almost going down, but then eventually will get the follow-up. Pantheon being a massive influence in this game with the CC. That stun is huge, but then also has the survivability and the damage coming right after that, especially paired with these ganks coming in at perfect times. You just see it coming in, and I mean, what do you do against that? I mean, it's just so clean and so much coming at you that you know, if you're the Fierce Force, it's pretty rough.
Yep, here comes the all-in from Gangplank, popping the ultimate. Ooh, the flash in from Mordekaiser. It's not going to be enough.
Oh my gosh, and just a little bit too far, and it is just Gangplank getting the kill there, you know, taking 2 turret shots, and it's just going to be a little bit too much. Mordekaiser playing the aggressive play, almost would get it, but, you know, Graves here is quick to follow up, throws down the smoke screen to get this, maybe get a little bit slow, but it's not going to be enough to get.
Yeah, unfortunately, he walked just into the side of the barrel and got the slow on himself, so he couldn't follow up and get the counter kill. That definitely could have been a counterplay. And on Graves, you want kills on the Graves. Lucian confessing to the scuttle here. I don't think it's going to be anything happening there unless he wants the 2v1, which he's confident. He does have a BF and another item, but they're just going to back out. Ooh, the Mordekaiser TP into the mid lane. Lucian's on the run here. I don't know how much Mordekaiser can do to stall this. Nice cute. Pulling gonna come down.
Ulti going out. Ziggs ult comes out from bot lane here. The follow-up is there to go over. The camp stun goes down onto Morgana. Spell shield, I think, went out, but then gets popped immediately. And then, yeah, you have the follow-up here from the Lucian being able to Q in, gets the double shot onto the Mordekaiser, but Pantheon is going to be able to pick up that kill there. Lilia coming in to join up the fight here. Aurelion getting picked off from Lilia. Lucian being able to Q and just shoot so much damage, but Caitlyn coming in to pick it up. Morgana being able to pick up the kill onto Lilia. Lucian is putting down so much damage and just being able to get these double shots and just quick in and out plays. Woo! You know, in the bush, in the mid lane there, and picks up 2 kills of his own, and that is insane. You know, all with kind of just 1 health there. You know, picks up you know, 2 kills without really being able to get countered like that, especially when they're so low. You know the double shots are going to go out in time, you know, in order for him to be able to get out, you know, without any retaliation. So that's pretty clean. Coming from the Lucian there, being able to follow up on all those low plays. I think if Lucian had gone down, Ziggs would have been able to pick it up. He was right there. But yeah, I mean, meanwhile, you had Gangplank just doing, you know, pushing in, just getting free resources up top. So world class esports, you know, definitely playing clean there.
Yep, and Mordekaiser once again just blowing his ultimate and not having anything come of it. Gangplank is such a good counter to Mordekaiser. He just holds on to his orange, and that's the second time Mordekaiser has tried to all in and just can't do anything because of the orange. So really well played by Fresh Burger, playing that very safe, getting a lot of grass stacks.
Oh my gosh, and you see the 3-person gank here up top, and then it's just going to be, you know, easily Mordekaiser going down to everybody up there. Pantheon will pick up the kill. It is 13-4 on the side in the favor of World Class Esports, and they are looking to get these picks beautifully with this Pantheon. Just kind of every lane right now. He's been mid, he's been top lane just there, and you know, just always had been a threat down 5. And so really just kind of playing the map and the pressure with his ultimate, right? With the semi-globals, with, you know, GP with Ziggs follow-up. They're really just playing this comp really, really well.
Yep, every position on the side of World Class.
There he comes back mid, and just look at that damage mitigation, you know, with that, with the shield coming up there, even taking the double turret damage. Will actually has to stop the back, but the rest of the team is there to follow up, and he's just gonna go right back in. Oh man, actually will go down because the black shield goes out. Lilia trying to put down damage here. The Ziggs ultimate coming in. Oh wow, gets tons of damage, but you know, it's not gonna be enough for the Lucian to be able to get out great.
Oh, another kill on the Caitlyn. Oh, it just barely doesn't kill her.
Super close on both sides. Morgana and Lilia having to back off there. They are super low. Ziggs having to kind of get away. The net goes down. Oh, Q goes out, but yeah, no, nothing more is really gonna happen. It's just not in the range. Lilia's super fast, can get out here, getting more health herself. You better hope that the Caitlyn doesn't go to sleep here. What's gonna happen? Does get the proc. Oh my gosh, does get the Q and the headshot. Ooh, man, Lilia is squishy. We have to keep in mind that she is definitely squishy and cannot take so much, especially when you have no minions or other champions to take the damage from the Q. So, man, Pantheon just no fear, going out, does get the damage here. Mordekaiser not getting the pullback here. Pantheon just kind of running, stalling things out. Meanwhile, you have Lucian coming in for the flank, being able to go in a little bit ulting, but not getting enough damage down on the Soul. Meanwhile, Pantheon global back ulting into the fight here. Does get the kill onto the Morg after stunning. It is just too much damage and too much utility coming out there by him alone. Meanwhile, the team's falling up. Dragon has been pulled, is at half health here, and Lucian is just looking to you know, kind of back them off here. And yeah, they're just gonna be able to pick up the kill there onto the Graves. Lilia does pick up the kill onto the Drag, and Lucian is just going off right now, being able to get all these finishing kills here. He is 7-1 right now, being able to look for more here. Does get the W proc off. Lilia will finish that, and Caitlyn will go down. It is just going to be a free drag and a free turret, it looks like, here down 5 for World Class Esports.
Yep, the second turret falling, the second dragon just picked up. It's looking very good for World Class Esports. Lucian already picking up another bounty for himself. And again, Aurelion Soul's gonna get chased down, but is gonna get saved. The Morgana coming in clutch. This guy is on fire this game. Both supports, Shot and Holy Milk, they're doing work for their teams. But it's not looking good for the Fierce Alpha, because none of their carries, except for Graves, has the kills. Morgana is getting all of them. Again, she's playing very, very nicely this game, playing very safe. But yeah, I really do.
Oh no, Caitlyn is going to get dove under tower here. There's nothing she can do. I mean, it's just literally the Pantheon stun lasts for so long, and the damage is going to go down. You know, you have the Lucian there for the insurance, I guess. And yeah, I mean they'll easily get that kill there down bot lane. Man, poor Caitlyn, she can't really do anything against that.
Yeah, poor thing. Morgana has to be elsewhere to help the rest of the team that are just getting pushed into their turrets nonstop. A third tower has just fallen in the mid lane on top of the field that they got on Caitlyn. It's looking pretty good. They have almost a 10k gold lead again, and we know what world-class esports can do with a lead. They've shown us time and time again. And so it's honestly, with their composition at this point, it's very, very difficult. The Black Shield isn't going to save everyone from a sleep, the Gangplank ultimate, or anything else. So honestly, this Pantheon is coming in clutch. He's not afraid to step up. He's so fed. Maybe they can get a kill onto the Gangplank here, and
yeah, look, they're trying to go all out here. Ooh, the flash will go out, but it's not going to be enough to pick up the GP. He is very tanky in his own right, or very healthy. And yeah, I mean, if you're the Fierce Force, you really gotta either shut down the Lucian and get that gold going, especially onto the Aurelion Soul. Aurelion Soul has not come online yet. And yeah, I don't think he's going to come online with the Lucian coming right back down and being able to, you know, clean up. I mean, the props to the GP ultimate for zoning him into the Lucian. Lucian is just going to go back mid, get the kill. The Pantheon stun goes down onto the Graves, and it's just follow up. Lucian ultimate goes down, getting damage. Excuse me, getting damage done onto the Mordekaiser, and yeah, it's just follow up damage for days. It's gonna be able to blow up the Morgana. It's getting the kills here. The Mordekaiser is just gonna try and pick up the kill onto the Pantheon. Will get it, but Lucian is gonna get the trade, and is gonna be able to get the Mordekaiser down as well. Lilia here comes into the fight a little bit late there, but just is there for insurance and making sure nothing else goes down. But world-class esports is really playing this clean here, looking for these aggressive plays there. You can see that they are looking for these next engagements. I mean, they are looking to fight because they know they have the damage here. And yeah, if again, Fierce Force has to shut down this Lucian. I mean, they don't have an answer. Really just have to shut him.
Absolutely, and Morgana tried to pull off a play there. Caitlyn's dead again to the sleep, into the bomb. We talked about it time and time again. They have such a good way to follow up on those sleeps. But I come from a good place when I say this. But the Fierce Force Alpha, they really need to work on itemization. I feel like that's been a big struggle for them. Lily is going to go in a little too ham. Will get away though with the mega speed that she has. But yeah, I will say that like the builds just aren't on point. Again, like Graves is going, it looks like into a Black Cleaver, but there isn't much armor for that to be beneficial. And then on top of that, you lose the burst potential that they need on that side. And then on top of that, instead of going Infinity Edge on Caitlyn,
oh my gosh, you just have so much damage right there.
Look at that.
Hurt. Like the flash going out there though to prevent anything happening to the Lucian. Lucian is trying to keep a hold of this lead as best he can, and you know he is just in there, just being able to blow people up like that, especially when you know not really any lane was ahead for the Fierce Force. I mean, yeah, they're kind of really just trying to get back in the game. They have to get these shutdowns to get gold to get people going.
Exactly. And I just feel like the Fierce Force Alpha, yeah, they have a massive deficit. I won't even say the number, but they are very behind in gold. But the fact that their itemization is pretty lackluster, it means that it feels like they're even more gold behind than they actually are, because they have no damage. Caitlyn built Stormrazor into, I think, a Zeal item, and without the IE, you're really just not going to deal much damage. And then last game with the Rise going Ryless Crystal Scepter as opposed to like just a pure damage item, it's really been holding them back from being able to come back in these fights that are so close sometimes, even with a gold deficit. If they just itemize
and the
properly.
Damage though from the GP right there. Ward is trying to engage and get the trades, but he is just not doing any damage. Meanwhile, taking so much damage of his own, and that's just a diversion. The rest of the team is up at Baron and easily going to take that uncontested here. You know, they're just going to come back to lane. It looks like they're going to reset, or a couple of people are going to reset, and then they're just going to push this up here. You have Aurelia just not stop going in, has the move speed, does get Morgana here, But yeah, it's just, oh my gosh, yeah, no, it's gonna go in here. You have the Ziggs going in,
Oh.
getting the ultimate, and yeah, we'll pick up the kill onto the Morgana. A good follow-up on from the Lily in there.
They might be able to end right
It
here.
is gonna be, yeah, pushing it in. I would not be surprised if World Class, tries to end it with the kill. But you do have the stun going off from, I think, Rebellion Soul there, but it's not gonna be enough. I mean, Pantheon just turned instantly and will blow him up with the damage, especially with the follow for the rest of the team.
Wow.
Mordekaiser will end up going down. Caitlyn is trying to stay on the tower, but it's not going to happen here. Pantheon says, nope, we're going to look for this. Meanwhile, Lilia will go in. Pantheon does go down, though, but it is just not going to be enough. You have Baron minions just barraging the base here, now attacking the Nexus, and you have 3 members of World Class. Just, yep, right here ready to end the game here. And that is game number 2 and first game of the league, going over to World Class Esports. Very, very good gameplay coming out from them tonight.
Yep, just clearly had the leads, built up a good lead early game. They knew their compositions and played to their strengths, and that is why they were champions last season as well. They can just play so many different styles and do it well. So the Fierce Force Alpha put up a good fight. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough, right? It just wasn't enough. But as the season goes on, teams get better. We've seen it time and time again. So I'm looking forward to see how the team, or the Fierce Force Alpha, comes back and starts winning more and more games. But yeah, World Class Esports taking the first win of the season. They're looking like fire again. It's going to be a pleasure to watch them in the future. Also, we do have a post-game interview with some of the World Class Esports members. And we'll be able to see a little more into their organization, the players, how they really have become such a dominant team for so long. And yeah, it's always a pleasure to hear from these people. While we're getting that ready, though, if you haven't already, go ahead and follow. Just a shout out to several people who have joined today. There's Magfries, Fusion, Spawn Theory, Summon Axe, Knight, I'll say Siles, I'm not sure, CYLLSS. Thank you guys so much for the follow. We hope to see you guys back here in the community, just getting to know more people, and we're ready for the interview. We got the one, the only Shot, the Pantheon, the domination. This guy, Shot, welcome. How's it going?
What's up, dude? It's going well. I mean, we won, so that's cool, right?
Yeah, feeling a little good. Congratulations on that, by the way. First game of the season. Yeah. So honestly, congratulations as well. I don't know if you'll get the MVP award, but I thought you.
Yeah, I deserve it. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
do you see my? Oh my god, dude! Did you see my Pantheon ult to survive Mordekaiser ult? Dude, oh my goodness, I'm big brain as hell.
I wanted to call it out, but so much was going on, and you guys just kept the pressure.
It's okay. Yes. I grabbed a highlight. It's fine.
You did? Good.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I got you.
It's definitely going to be in the highlight video, I hope. But yeah, the Pantheon ult to survive back into your team, clutch, dude. Just, I loved it. And overall, you just put the pressure on every lane. So what are the comms like in your team? Do you like say, hey, I'm going to roam top, or is someone calling for you to roam? Like, how does that work? Because you guys did it very well.
Okay, so last game, we felt just like super confident after the first game, right? So we picked that composition that we know we can just kind of like roam the map, do whatever we want. And there wasn't a lot of like calling me to go places. I mean, Chris Meister called me to go bot and like kill Caitlyn like 7 times, but I ignored him because screw 80 carries. They're dumb. So I went elsewhere and just killed everybody else. And there was no real like pattern with my ganks. I was just kind of walking from lane to lane until I saw someone. And since I have Relentless Hunter, Ultimate, Zombie Ward, like I was so far ahead, all I had to do was just completely deny all of their vision, and I could show up in any lane that I wanted to. So my ideal situation was like hovering around mid lane, so I can ult either bot or top. And so
very nice.
I kind of walked in between lanes and killed people, which was very fun to do.
Yeah, I love to see it. I've actually recently picked up Pantheon as a support and a jungler, and honestly, you made me happy with your gameplay. It was just a joy to watch the ability to tower dive and be all over the map. So well played there. And to all the other supports, get
I,
that vision control, you know?
I
That's what
might
I'm
have
hearing from chat.
I might have tower dove a bit too hard sometimes.
Yeah,
I got a little greedy towards the mid to late game.
maybe a little bit, but hey, you were so far ahead. You can take risks
The-
like that,
There
right?
was that one dive that we actually made work on bottom inner tower with Caitlyn was like solo under tower, and
Mm.
Alex the Lucian and I were just like above her at red, and Alex
Yeah.
is like, "Wait, we can dive this, right?" And like without hesitation, because like my personality is just like hyper aggro all the time, and so he's like, "We could dive this, right?" And that's like the magic word for me. I'm diving if you say we can dive. Like it doesn't matter. It's over for whoever's under that tower. If I die, whatever. My Lucian gets even more fed.
I love it. Like teams need a go button, that robot that just like goes in. You tell them go in and you go in. I love people
Well,
like that. That's
obviously, if
my
it's
play
like a
style too.
straight int, I'll call it off, right? Like, if it's like the most inty play I've ever seen, I'll be like, no, there's no way we make this work. But yeah, there's got to have a little bit of a balance.
Well, good. And honestly, again, congratulations. Is there anything you want to say? Any shout outs that you want to call?
I mean, shout out to Chris for stepping up and like taking over the AD carry role. You wouldn't know that he plays AD carry by the way that he's playing right now because he's just playing like Ziggs and stuff. I mean, he played Caitlyn the first game and he did really well on it. I
Mhm.
kind of inted him in lane, but it was fun. He's working on his AD carries. He is doing the role swap, so I'm like super pumped to just be able to play with him because he was my mid laner last season, and I really enjoy playing with Chris. We're People think that we're like a package deal now. Not the case. I'll ditch him at a drop of a hat. That's a joke, obviously. But yeah, I'm just really impressed with him being able to step up and actually learn a new role. He screams at me for not duo queuing with him, but it is what it is. I have a life. Get used to it, nerd.
Yeah, get used to it, nerd. You heard it from him, not me. Well, awesome. Chris is great. Like I shoutcasted a lot of his games last season. Yours as well. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys are still meshing as a team, and I wish you the best of luck in your future games. Thanks for
Thanks, man.
joining us, Shot.
Thank you
Yep.
so much. It was a great time.
Perfect. Well, Mystic and I are going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you guys so much again for showing up, for supporting the teams here. Hopefully, you enjoyed the time. It was well spent. And yeah, Mystic, I'll let you close this out, man. Take it away,
Perfect.
dude.
All right, guys. Yeah, that was week 1 here of the ReDefy Academy League here, and we have 16. Again, we have 16 teams. Again, weekly, going at a best of 3, and this is just the very beginning. So we hope to see you here every single week. Bring your
For the
friends.
money.
Tell everybody about it. Yeah, for the money. In the end, everyone wants. It's all about the Benjamins, right? Everyone wants to see that. So. Yeah, thanks again for everyone coming by. Really appreciate you guys coming in. Love seeing the chat active there. Especially while these games are going down. So again, that's just week 1. More coming at you. Hope you guys have a great rest.
Yep. See you later, guys. See you next week. Peace.